Welcome, my friends. Josh Denny. I am excited to be sharing with you the formula of success today. This is June 3rd, 2015, Wednesday evening. Every Wednesday, we do a tip of success. We interview somebody or give you some information on how you can build a massive network marketing business, become a professional, and actually achieve some success from home or from wherever you want to be in the world. I'm actually home right now, as you can tell by my screaming dogs who are yelling in the background. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I enjoy being at home with them. I enjoy spending my days with them. In fact, it wasn't always that way. For those of you that are just having the privilege to meet through this interaction, this live broadcast, I was working in a machine shop, cleaning floors. I did landscaping. I trimmed trees. I did drywall construction. I did all sorts of things to go out there and make money. And I wanted to be successful. I just didn't really know how to do it. Maybe you can relate with that. I wasn't raised with a wealthy family. My mom and my brothers, great people, did the best they could to help me understand success in the world. Typically you don't get a manual of that whole deal. And they didn't have financial education from their upbringing and from the upbringing I imagine before that. So again, if you're like me and you don't have the secrets of wealth being passed to you from your parents, we pretty much got to figure it out on our own. And most of the advice that we get growing up is, go to school, get good grades, go get a job, get a college education, and go get a job, go work for an entrepreneur, go work for someone who's got a business that figured it out. Go work for them and let them figure out what you're worth and how much time you've got to invest building their enterprise. And I know it's not said that way, but kind of that's what it is, isn't it? And if you stumbled upon this opportunity, you've got started here today and you're going, all right, look, I want to build a business, I want to be successful, then you've come to the right place for sure. I spent the last 20 years of my life learning this material that you're going to go over this evening. And actually, first and foremost, I don't have visuals as far as a slide presentation for you, but what I do have is a link right below the site here. Of course, if you're on this, you're seeing on joshuadenny.com on the webinars. You'll see the window, and right below that, you'll see a little link that says, Formula for Success PDF. Click on that, and you can just open it up in your window wherever you're at, and you can print it out if you like. I would encourage you just to open it up, and I'm going to be using that as the visualization. So I'm going to be going through that material with you, so you kind of have something to visualize while we're going through this information. I'm a visual person. Some of you may be as well. Otherwise, just sit back and listen, and I'll still be able to give you some quality content. My objective here is to share with you a condensed version of what's taken me now 20 years to figure out, but it's helped me make millions and millions and millions of dollars, and it's helped a lot of other people do extraordinarily well. Some also became multimillionaires in this process, and it's not because of me by any stretch of the imagination, although I'd like to take the credit. I cannot, okay? I'm just a person who decided to work hard, learn the information, study, apply, study, apply, study, apply, rinse and repeat until it became a success pattern. Okay, successful people have successful habits. Before, when I was failing in life, I was having a failing habit. I thought it was right. Okay, so I'm gonna go through this. Hopefully, I've given you enough time to download that link. It should only have taken a minute or so, or a few seconds, and pull it up, and you'll see the first part of it says Formula to Success by Josh Denny. Hi, that's me. And we're going to go through some of this information. Now, the first slide we already talked about, right? Parents, teachers, friends, kind of where we get our information about money, these ideas about money. And if you've heard the same thing that I heard, it's like, money doesn't grow on trees and all this kind of stuff. But I was never taught where money did grow. I learned later, but my parents, my teachers, my friends, no one really knew. The advice everyone had was what we talked about earlier: go to school, get good grades, get a job, work hard, retire, and go end up working, at the bottom of someone else's company, which always ends up looking like a pyramid, which makes me laugh hysterically when people look at network marketing or, home-based businesses, direct selling as, oh, that's a pyramid company. It's the most ignorant thing you could possibly say, because everything out there is a pyramid, okay? It's just shaped that way. It's a hierarchy in life. The schooling system's the same way, okay? The government's the same way. The job you may work with or the career you may be a part of, that's usually the same way. There's one CEO, right? And a whole lot more people at the bottom of that deal than there are at the top, okay? And the plan I was told to go start at the bottom of someone else's pyramid and try to figure out how high I can go before I die. And until I met someone who had new ideas. Somebody said, listen, Josh, that's not what rich people do. Wealthy people don't do that. Wealthy people don't work for money. Okay, wealthy people do know how to grow money. They know how to print it. They understand it. I'm not talking counterfeiting. They understand how to create money, how to make it so you don't have to work for it. Moreover, you can get it out of your brain altogether. It's funny how most poor people and broke people always talk about money and talk about rich people being greedy, and all rich people, all they talk about is money. That's not true, is it? In fact, the only people I really hear talking about money all the time is people who don't have any. The people I know that are very wealthy, they don't talk about money hardly at all. I mean, they talk about it enough, like it should be talked about. It's a part of life. You know, to go on in life thinking it doesn't matter is pretty naive, considering, right? You got to buy things like food, clothing, shelter. These are habits we all got. Okay, so money is important. It's just understanding where it fits in our life, being educated about it. And that's where my life was changed. I met people who understood it, were able to teach me, help me to understand it, and help me to build an enterprise. And that's what we're going to do here today. So let's go to the next slide. 4 things to change your life. Okay, first, what you see. Okay, the first thing is change what you see, change what you're looking at. I congratulate you that are watching this right now. Obviously, this is something different, or it's new information. Most people are sitting there flipping through Facebook these days, looking at all sorts of stupid stuff that doesn't add any value in your life at all. Sure, it makes you laugh. Sure, it makes you forget maybe the circumstances that you're in right now, but it doesn't add any value. It doesn't push you closer or pull you towards your goals. Okay, for me, I was watching TV all the time. I would go to work. I'd work 12 hours. I'd get home, and last thing I wanted to do was anything. Okay, was use my brain. I just wanted to sit, turn on the television, and numb my brain and hope to God I was going to forget about the situation I was in, being broke, being in debt, not liking the fact that, I knew if it was a weekend that Monday was coming. It bothered me that I couldn't have vacations. I couldn't do the things that were available. Now, have you ever done it? Have you ever seen, people taking some amazing vacations and you think to yourself, man, I wish I could do that. Man, if only, if only I was born this way, if only good fortune would come my way. Well, good fortune is your way right now. You're looking at this. You're a part of a phenomenal opportunity. Take advantage of it. And what I had to do is change what I was seeing. I had to turn off that TV. In the early parts of my career, I took the television, got it out of my house. I got rid of it, sold it. It cost me so much money to watch it. Okay, I got that out of my head, and I started looking at different things. I started getting videos. Back then, we didn't have the internet the way we have it today. I had to buy all sorts of videotapes from people like Jim Rohn or Anthony Robbins and get the good quality content, just plug it into my brain. Okay, so it's changing what I was seeing. I was looking at things differently. The second thing I had to change is what I hear, what I was listening to. If you're like me, I used to, on my long commute to work, I would listen to the radio, and my talk stations I listened to, and I had the music stations I listened to, and I would just memorize the stuff on the radio and sing along with it. And you know what? Not that I don't like the music, because I do. I just had to get that out of my head for a while. I had to change what I was listening to, what I was hearing. I had to start putting good audios into my mind. People, like Jim Rohn, Art Williams. In fact, download The Art of Recruiting by Art Williams. Just go into his site. I don't get any royalty or affiliate fee for that. Just go there, download it. The Art of Recruiting by Art Williams. Download How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Okay, this book is amazing. Get the book, get the audio, listen to it. This stuff changed my life. Okay, I changed my car into what's called a drive time university. I started re-educating myself, listening to things that wealthy people listen to, that professionals in our profession listen to. The third thing I had to change is what I was reading. Now, the good news was back then I didn't read much at all. If you're like me, I would pick up a book, right, and I would start going, from to the sentence, and by the time I got to about maybe here, my brain would disappear. I'd go somewhere else. Sometimes I'd even turn the page, and I don't even know what I read. See, some of you are relating to that, aren't you? See, what I found out is that's not that I can't read, because that's what I thought. I'm like, man, I just can't read. My mentor said, listen, Josh, you want to be a leader? You got to be a reader. He said, that's just atrophy, man. You just haven't read enough. You're not able to read the way you want to read because you haven't done it in a long time. So just like your muscle, if you stop lifting the weights over a period of time, it's going to be atrophied. It's going to start to shrink. You're not going to be able to lift the same way you did before. And it's not that your arm doesn't work anymore. It's atrophy. That's what it is with the mind. I got to I could read one 500-page book in a day. Okay, I'm not special. I'm certainly not better than any of you. I didn't even graduate high school, my friends. But I had a burning desire for success. I had a burning desire for something more in my life. And I know you do too. So read stuff. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, phenomenal book. Okay, I already talked about how to win friends and influence people. Here's another great one by Tim LaHaye, Why We Act the Way We Do, or Why You Act the Way You Do specifically. Tim LaHaye, this is a phenomenal book on personality types, the psychology of persuasion by Kevin Hogan here. Good book, man. The good stuff in here. You want to learn about network marketing? Eric Worre wrote a great book. This is a GoPro, great book, Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. Highly recommend this book. It's a great, simple read with some great outlines. Entrepreneur of the century, right? Ray Kroc. I know you don't like his hamburgers. I don't either. But the guy built a real estate empire. To my knowledge, McDonald's is still the second holder of real estate in the world next to the Catholic Church. Genius, right? He wrote what he did right here in a book, and you could read it. It took him a whole lifetime to figure it out, and you could read it in a few days. That's what I love about reading. You can take someone's lifetime work. Like, think about it. Think and Grow Rich. One of the most recommended books among self-made multimillionaires. Okay? Took 25 years to write this book. 25 years. Napoleon Hill dedicated his life to going around the world, researching the wealthiest people that lived at that time, and found out what they did differently than everybody else. How could you become a billionaire? How did you do that? And why are most people living in poverty? What's the difference in thinking? And he put it right here. That's why it's think, and you can grow rich. You may think, oh, that's silly. Read the book and tell me if it's silly after you read it. 25 years of research. Someone spends their entire life. You can read it in a number of days, number of weeks. Worst case scenario, a number of months. You can also get the audio, read it, listen to it, read it, listen to it. Program the brain with the good quality content. Obviously, I'm getting excited because this stuff changed my life. This is the stuff that you want to do. So change what you read. Fourth thing to change is, and this is the most important in my opinion, because this thing will change, it will dictate the other three, is who you associate with. In the beginning, my friends, I had to get away from some of my friends. I loved them, the good people. Some of your friends are probably great people, but if they're like mine, they didn't want to go where I wanted to go. They were okay being a 9-to-5er. 9 o'clock, show up at work, do barely enough, do enough so you don't get fired. Okay, that's about it. And go home at 5, punch the time clock out, and turn on the TV, or go to the bar, drink some drinks, go to the club, do whatever they're gonna go do. I don't want that lifestyle. I didn't want to have to work for money. I was sick of being a slave to somebody else's corporation that could dictate how long I could have a vacation, if I could have a sick day or not, how long I had to work, how much time I'm going to spend with my family. And again, if you're on this, or if you're watching this right now, you probably feel the same way. So I had to get away from those people. I had to just limit my associations. And I had to start getting around people who had my solutions and not my problems. How did I do that? I got out to the events. Like there's a convention, get out to it. If there's an event in your area, get to it. If there are people having success, get around them. Okay, that's the deal, man. That's what I did. Look, when I got started in this profession, guys, I was a high school dropout. I had a colorful past, a lot of challenges. I made a lot of mistakes. Okay, I was not the person that probably you wanted to hire, let alone be in business with. My vocabulary back then was interesting. I didn't have quality clothes. Okay, but I had desire. I had a willingness to learn. I had a burning, white, hot desire in my heart to be something better than I was. Okay? And I was just willing to get out there, get in front of people, go up to the seminars, listen to the tapes, program my brain in a different way so it could change my life, and it did. And it can change yours as well. So the next slide, you'll see, believe you can do it. Believe you can do it. Just, again, that's hard. I get it. And some people, I can already see some of the critics typing in their stupid comments. You just say you can believe and do it. That's hocus, pocus crap. Okay, whatever. That's why you don't have anything in your life. Because I promise you, any achiever would never even think that in their mind. And I'm sorry if I'm slapping you, but I love you. Okay? You can't think that way. Believe. You got to have faith. Now, how do you do it? When you're programming the brain with good quality, positive information, the negative stuff will flush out. I was that way too. Believe me, at one time, I had this hard time. I was skeptical. I was cynical. I was negative because I was just in a crappy place in my life and I didn't like it. And you know what? People would rip me off. People would take advantage of me. People would lie to me. People would betray me. You know, look, it happens. It's going to happen to anyone. You interview any successful entrepreneur, any person who's gone to the top of the mountaintop, and they'll tell you the people who were throwing stones at them along the way, the people who were trying to trip them, the people who were trying to push them off the cliff. It is what it is, and it's okay. It's a part of it. Embrace it, okay? But you got to believe you can do it, and whatever you got to do to make yourself believe that. Look, I had to brainwash myself. I had to put pictures of my goals all around. I cut them out of magazines. I put them all over my house. I wrote it down, my mission statement. I repeated it every day to program my brain. I had to tip the scales of belief in my mind, and you can do it too. So what's the formula of success? What are we talking about here? It's very simple, guys. And I know you're probably expecting something extraordinary, but this is it. Study this profession. Take massive action. Believe you can do it and never quit. Now, I remember when I heard that for the first time, I thought to myself, oh, baloney. Come on, study, action, believe. Okay, so how do I take the action? We'll talk about that in a moment. How do you study? I already talked about it. You know, you got some great books to read, audios to listen to, lots of people selling stuff online. Guys, there's free stuff everywhere. Don't be one of those people that goes buys a program with everybody. And there's a lot of people do that. There's some stuff that's really worth it. A good coaching program, mentoring program may help. But I promise you the best coaching and mentor program is in your upline, is in your support system. They get paid to teach you. You don't have to pay them. You don't have to give them 1 cent. You know why? Because they'll do it for free. Okay? It's the best thing in the world, man. So get with your support system. Find out who your sponsors. If they don't know what they're doing, okay, find their sponsor and their sponsor and their sponsor. Somewhere, somehow, or some way, there's somebody who got involved in this business that wants to win. And they went through the same things you're about to go through, and they can help guide you through it, okay? So, again, these webinars I'm going to do every week is for that reason as well. Show up every week, and you're going to get that kind of content. That's what I had to do several years before I ever got a mentor who actually was working with me and talking with me. Okay, my mentors in the very beginning, the first few years, were all on audio. You know, Paul Meyer was one of my biggest mentors in life, and for the first few years, he didn't know I even existed. He didn't know my name. He didn't know who I was, but I read all his material. I listened to all his stuff. He was my mentor. And one day, you know, I wrote him a letter and told him all the stuff I read and how I felt about him. And he ended up responding, and we became friends because I read all the stuff, and he ended up mentoring me. One of my favorite people in the world. You get your hands on this book. I Inherited a Fortune. This is a rare book right here. Let me tell you. One of my favorites. Okay. So that's the formula. Let's go into this real quickly because I want to get to the numbers, and we're going to unfortunately not get to some questions and answers tonight. I know you want to get to them, but unfortunately tonight I'm not going to be able to do that because we have a special event I've got with a company I'm working with, and I've got to be there, and I couldn't postpone it. So I am going to have to delay questions and answers, although you can hit me up on Facebook, you know, like me there, send me a private message, and I will be more than happy to answer you. Just bear with me. I am doing a lot of traveling over the next few weeks, so I may not be able to get back to you immediately, but I will get back to you for sure. You have my permission to, you know, hit me, you know, copy and paste it several times, okay? Over the next few hours or few days, I will get back to you, I assure you. Okay, let me preface everything we're going to talk about with this, because this is the people business. Again, study people. You want to be successful, study people. That's part of the profession. That's why I recommended this book, Tim LaHaye, Why You Act the Way We Do. Another book is called Influence by Robert Cialdini. Influence by Robert Cialdini. We got to get links to all these books and put them on the page. They'll be there so you can order them straight from there and get your discount or whatnot. But study people. This is what I found. When I'm out there working with people, 27% of the people are just not motivated. Okay, and that's what this page is about. And you see like the kind of little pyramid here, 27% at the bottom aren't motivated. They're just negative. You've met some of these people. They're broke people typically, and they typically have a financial opinion and that all these things don't work. You know, they're just horrible. Whatever. That's just what it is. Almost 3 out of 10 people. 6 out of 10 people are, for lack of a better word motivatable. You know, they're up one minute and down the next. They have no idea who they are or what they are, what's going on. All right. You know, I was one of these people for a long time. You know, I got really excited about stuff and I didn't research it. I just went like crazy. There's a lot of benefit about that. And, you know, they'll sign up for something, they'll quit the next day. They're kind of like a ping pong ball in a wind tunnel, like my friend John Addison used to always say, you know, like a driftwood out in the ocean, just tossed to and fro, doesn't have a sail. It's not set in its direction. It's just going wherever the emotion of their surroundings are pulling them or pushing them. That's 60% though. That's 6 out of 10, which is nearly 9 out of 10 people that are in this space. What are we looking for? We're looking for the motivated, self-motivated people. The 10%. 10% of people are self-motivated. You know, they say they're going to show up, they show up. They say they're going to do something, they do it. Okay, this is what you're looking for. People who you don't need to hold their hand. They get it. They're like, listen, I have internal pull, internal desire. You know, I care about my family. My kids are important to me. My wife, my husband, whatever is important to me. Okay, I'm going to work for them. I don't need you to, you know, inspire me and motivate me. I'm motivated within. That's who you're looking for. 3% are the motivators. For lack of a better expression, they rule the world, right? They bring things to market. They innovate. They create. They build empires. They build businesses. They move markets. They're the movers and shakers. Now here's the good news. You can choose where you are. You can choose to be a motivator, or you can choose to be an unmotivated person. The choice is yours right now at this moment. You're making that choice every second of every minute of every hour of every day you breathe. It's a conscious choice. The motivators choose to be there. The self-motivated people choose to be there. Okay, it's a choice. Everyone else, they relinquish their choice. They succumb to this, you know what, it's just the way it is. It's the hand I was dealt type of thing. I say nonsense to that. Folks, you can create the life you desire. There's too many examples by now, too many online, too many you can research. People that are just like you, same background, same race, same color of skin, same height, same lack of height like me, okay? Same gender, same maybe disabilitating situation, health challenges, very similar to you, that took their opportunity, made it theirs, decided that they were no longer going to live a life of blame and chose a life of responsibility and have achieved epic success. You can too. I promise you, you can too. At one point, that was just me thinking, man, hopefully one day, maybe praying. But I put the work behind it. I kept studying. I kept believing. I kept having the faith. And one day, it happened for me. And if it can happen for me, I assure you it can happen for you. But as you're going out there, just realize these are the people that are already out there. Again, between the unmotivatable and motivatable, it's kind of fluid there. People are moving in and out of those slots all the time. And the 10% to 60%, that's a little slower movement at the top. And once you're there, people typically stay there. But this is all of us at all times, okay? Just to give you a chart and an understanding when you're going and talking with people that this is where they are and it has nothing to do with you or your opportunity. It just has to do with people and life. So where's my philosophies with people? Let's start here. Okay, I'm studying people. I'm understanding people. I understand that 27% are just not available to me. It is what it is. 60% are going to be in today and they're going to quit tomorrow. It is what it is. 10% are going to do what they say. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get started with me in business, but I'm looking for them, okay? And typically, those people have big centers of influence and people that they've done right by in their life. So they typically have a lot of people who will show up at things because they're self-motivated. Typically, because they do what they say, they'll have respect. And I'm looking for the motivators. I'm looking for the ones who get it, who see it, who are willing to take the world by the, you know, they're just willing to grab the world and make it, make something special out of their lives. So when it comes to that, here's my philosophies with people. No matter what, friends first, number one. You know, at the end of the day, I win a friend. Maybe you don't do business with me, but we become friends. And see, if I'm your friend, I want to help you. I don't care what business you're in. If I know a way to help you, I want to do it because I'm your friend. If you're my friend, it's the same. Friends help each other. Friends add value to each other. That's a friendship. Friendship is adding value, you know, and sharing a common interest. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for friends. Now, some of them, of course, will be in business. We'll be in business together. That's great. So that leads me to my second philosophy, which is I believe in everyone, but I count on no one. Okay, I don't count on anyone. Meaning that a lot of times in this business, what we do is we sign a couple people up, and like, you know, if you're in a binary compensation plan, you know, like the company I'm working with, you sign up 2 people, and you pray to God they go do it. Right? You get 1, you get 2. You're like, all right, cool. I got my 2. Now go do it. Now you go get your two, and they'll go get their two, and pretty soon I'm rich. And so we sign two people up, hoping to God they're going to go do what we ourselves aren't willing to do. And we know that doesn't happen. Okay, most people aren't going to do anything. Why? Because the chart I showed you earlier, 27% are just unmotivated. Okay, 60% are motivatable. They're going to quit soon anyway. It's just what it is. So it's okay. I understand it. I believe in everyone. I believe everyone can win. I know it. I've seen enough evidence in my life to know it for a fact. Everyone can win. But I don't count on them. So what does that mean? I keep doing it. I keep going. So here's my goals with people. Okay, those are my philosophies. That's kind of the shell of this. My goals with people is I want to be the number one influencer in their life. I know it's a tall order, but it's simple to do. How do you do it? Communicate with them a lot. Okay, if I communicate with them a lot, be the most positive thing in their life. Okay, you can't be negative anymore. No more, gossiping. Just be positive. Everything's positive. It doesn't even have to be fake and weird, but be positive. Before you talk, think about it and say, is this a positive thing? And just start filtering out all that negative stuff. If you're like me, I had a lot of negative things to say. I had to get rid of that. I couldn't do it. Not in this business. Okay? Not in any business where you're going to inspire people to want to be around you. Okay? Very, very important. Number 3, or C, be consistent. Do what you say. Okay? Always do what you say. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Now, I messed up. I'm preaching here. But when I do, I own it. Own it right away. Don't make the excuse. Don't say, well, my dog ate my homework kind of thing. I'm sure in your life you've been told an excuse, haven't you? And you knew it wasn't real. Did your respect go up or down for that person? Went down, didn't it? So don't be that person. Just own it. Apologize. How about the person who apologized to you? Said, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Okay? I said I was going to be here at this time. No, I wasn't. You own it right away. Or you call ahead of time and say, you know what? I thought I was going to be at this time. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. This and this happened. There's no excuse. It won't happen again. Own it. But be consistent. Do what you say. Do every time that you can, do what you say. Number 2, meet everyone they know as soon as possible. Our job in network marketing is marketing through the network. That's our job. Okay? If you meet me, you're going to follow the process, which I'm going to show you in a moment, and your goal is to meet everyone I know. Let me show you what I mean by what I do with people. Here's what I do. I schedule appointments to share the opportunity. Okay, I'm going to share my products. I'm going to share my opportunity. All right, that's what I'm going to do. How do I do that? I make my list. Every human being I've ever met in my life. Now, again, I get it. Some of you are going to say, well, I knew it. Here we go. Old school stuff. It's one of the new school. Yes, at the end of the day, you're always going to use basics. Okay, 2 + 2 is always going to be 4, no matter what advanced formula you're using. Okay, it's the basics. The basics. Yes, use technology. Use technology to advance it, but make a list of the people you already know. Okay, there's a gold mine there. Now, not to sell them. Hear what I'm saying. I'm not trying to convince these people, your relationships, to do business with you and try to leverage your relationship with them. That's not what you're trying to do. All you're doing is you are sharing with them what it is that you're passionate about and the direction you're going. Whether they want to participate or not, it's irrelevant. Okay? If you're my friend, I want you to share with me that you're going on a new venture. I may go with you, I may not, but I want to know. You're my friend. You matter to me. You're important to me. Tell me the venture you're going to go on. Maybe I can contribute. Maybe it's for me. Maybe it's not. But at least share it with me. So it's all the approach. A lot of times people, because they get involved, there's money involved, they're like, oh, they're praying that people just sign up. I'm going to show you, the numbers in a moment. And you'll realize, guys, look, it's not about getting lucky. It's not about getting the right person. It's not. There's a mathematical formula to this that you're sure to win with. You will win. Okay, provided you're an opportunity that works, that's good, that has quality products, that has a decent compensation plan, that has great leadership. Okay, if you have that, there's a formula for you to win 100% of the time. Not some of the time, 100% of the time. Well, I shouldn't say 100, but at least 99% of the time, because there's that 1% chance. Like you're planting a field, of corn, and you did everything right. You planted good seed in good fertile soil. You watered, you cultivated, you did everything right, but then a hailstorm comes and kills your crop. What do? You have to start over and you do it again. Okay? But if you keep doing it, you'll win. If you keep doing it, you'll win. It's just the way it is. So you're going to make a list of everyone you know. To start there. You know why? Because if you knock on my door and you and I are friends, I'm going to open it, smile, and let you in. And you sit there and show me what you're doing. You're not trying to sell me or convince me. You're saying, look, here's the opportunity. Here's what I see. Here's where I'm going. You're confident. You're doing it with or without me. You're saying, look, Josh, I found a way out of my situation. sick of working at the job. I'm sick of my boss. I'm sick of not having the vacations I want to have. Josh, I found a way out. And you know what? If it's for you, I'd love to partner with you. But if it's not, that's okay. That's okay. I just want to show you where I'm going. Book an appointment to show them right away. Okay? And show up no matter what. Whether you think they're showing up or not, show up. That's what I do with people. I schedule appointments. If I'm not scheduling appointments to show someone what I'm doing, the second thing I'm doing is I'm sitting in front of them, I'm sharing. I'm sharing the opportunity and the products. I'm sharing the opportunity. I'm sharing the opportunity. That's what I'm doing. I'm either scheduling an appointment to get in front of someone or I'm in front of someone doing it. That's a activity. That's phase one. That's money producing activity. Whether they enroll or not is not relevant. It's the exercise. Example, when you're working out, right? And say, guys, right, you're doing push-ups. Is it the one push-up that builds the muscle that gets you the chest you're looking for in the arms? It's not, is it? It isn't. It's the multiple push-ups. It's the consistency. It's not just one day of doing as many as you can do. It's that consistent, steady effort, compounded over a period of time that gives you the results. The same is true with this. Everyone you show is just a push-up. It's just a push-up. Okay, whether they say yes or they say no, you got to do another one. You got to keep going. Now, the good news is you don't have to do it forever. A few years, 3 to 5 years, and you can be done. Okay? Even if it was 5 to 10 years, which I don't think it is, 3 to 5 years, I believe, is sufficient to get you to an income that's probably beyond your imagination, or at least sufficient to take care of your expenses and put enough in the bank to take care of you in your future. Okay? I've seen it happen for many people. 3 to 5 years of dedicated, consistent effort and energy. So I'm scheduling appointments. I'm making the list. I'm normal. I'm just booking it. I'm their friend. I'm showing up no matter what. Second, when I share the information, this is what I do. I demo the products. All right. If you're in a service deal, show your service. Okay. I'm demoing it. Okay. The greatest company in the world, my opinion of the company, I'm just pleased and honored to be a part of Secret. They have these incredible products where you can show it and you see results right now. We have a 5 miles in 5 minutes. We can show five products that get someone's attention instantly. And then I tell the company story. What's happening? You know, why they're moving into relationship marketing, why they're doing this. You know, going from the manufacturer straight to the consumer, the savings that the consumer gets because of that, and the income that can be produced for the people recommending it. I share it. I tell success stories of other people winning in the company. You know, I just share the stories. How do you get the stories? Show up at the events. Be on the webcast. Be on the webinars. Be on the live events. Be there. Experience it. Hear it for yourself. Write them down. Repeat them. Meet those people. Okay? I share the stories. I get them on the phone with other people. I'm getting on the phone with my support team, as many as I can, so they can hear from other people. I promote the next event, whatever that may be, whether it's your home party or wow party, whatever you call it. Okay? Where people are getting together and experiencing everything. Maybe a regional event or a monthly or a weekly event or the big convention. I'm promoting something, a webcast or a web event. This webinar, every Wednesday, I'm promoting it. So you got to get in front of it. You got to listen to this. Okay? And then the last thing I do, or the second last thing I do is ask for participation. You know, how do you participate? You can buy retail. You can become a preferred customer, a VIP customer, whatever the program is, and be a consistent customer. Or you can be an agent. You know, you can be a distributor. You can get started with us and help build the company's customer base and profit. Position yourself from one of the biggest trends that's hit this country or I think anywhere in the world in the last few decades. This is the opportunity. I'm excited about this. How do you want to participate? And give them the option. This could be 15 minutes into your sit down, where you're sitting down with them and talking with them. And if they back out, that's okay. They're gonna say one thing. They may start asking questions, and if you're new, be honest with them. Say, I'm new. I don't know. All I know is, write that down. That's a good phrase. I don't know. All I know is I'm working with some great people. I don't have all the answers. All I know is I'm going. All I know is I'm sick of the job. All I know is I can't do this anymore. I got to find a way out. I can't be subject to the financial burden anymore, to the debt. I can't do it. The dollar's lost 90% of its purchasing power in just the last few decades. I can't allow this to happen for my family. I need a way out. I need a plan B, and this is it. You see, when you have that kind of conviction, that kind of stance, that kind of posture, people are attracted to it. They want to be around it. Okay? So however they want to participate, most of the time, just so you know, footnote, they're not going to get started right then. 9 out of 10 people are not going to get started right then. It takes 7 to 10 exposures on average to get someone to make a decision to get started. Understand that going in. That's okay. That's why you're going to put them on the phone with other people. But the last thing you do, the most important thing you do, is get referrals. Get referrals. Say, listen, John, if you're talking to me, say, listen, Josh, this may or may not be for you at all. It's okay. You're my friend. I love you. I don't care what you do, if you do this or not. But who do you know? Who's your best friend? Who's your best friend that lives local? Your best friend, they help you out of a jam. They come listen to you. They'll at least listen. Who's your best friend? I'm not going to sell them. I'm not going to convince them. Let's just show them. Maybe they'll be interested, or maybe they'll know somebody. And if someone is interested, you could benefit from that. They could benefit. Who can we talk to? Who's your best friend? And I'll just write it down. Why are they your best friend? I'll start getting information on their best friend. Again, your job and my job as networkers is to get to the network, to get through it, to talk to the people, not to convince, not to sell, not to slam, not to push packages or push services on people. That's not our job, my friend. Our job is simply to share the information. Schedule appointments to share it and share it. Schedule appointments to share it and share it, and get in front of people consistently. That's our job. Okay? So that's what we do with people. All right? Our daily method of operation. What do we do every day? What do we do to make the cash register ring here? We're going to use our products twice a day. Okay? Using our products. Okay? We're going to use it. We're a product of the product. We're using what we do. Whatever we got, we're using it. We're using it so we can look people in the eyes with conviction and say, look, I'm a customer too. I use these products. They're amazing. This is what they've done for me. This is what they've done for my friends. This is what they've done for my family. Second thing I do, and this is critical, is I'm going to do 2 demos a day. I'm going to sit down with 2 people a day. I'm going to demonstrate the product and share the opportunity. I'm going to demonstrate the product and share the opportunity. At least twice a day. Anybody can do that part-time. You can do that online as well. Okay? But preferably you want to be in front of them, looking them in the eye, letting them see it, letting them experience it. The third thing is connect with the community. Every day I need to connect with the community. Every day I gotta get on the Facebook group. Every day I gotta talk to the support team, to the upline support team, to my sponsor. Okay, and if you have a bad sponsor, and a lot of people do, don't worry about it. Okay, I had a bad sponsor for many years, not in this company, but in previous companies. I had a bad sponsor. It is what it is. It's okay. Okay, there's someone in the support team that wants to help you. There's someone within the organization that you're gonna meet at the event that's on fire like you, that sees it the way you do, or is going in the same direction. Get around them. Connect with the community. Fourth, commit to personal development. Commit to developing yourself. I can't change the world, my friends, but I can change me. I can change me, and by changing me, perhaps I can affect my family. And if I can affect my family in such a way, perhaps I can affect my neighborhood. If I affect my neighborhood, perhaps I can affect the state I live in. And if I affect the state I live in fact, maybe I can affect the country and maybe the world. But it starts with me. It starts with you. You got to commit to developing yourself. I encourage you, whatever faith that you believe in, study that. Study that. Study the core. Don't let someone else tell you what it is. Study it for yourself. There's great books that we shared about it. Here's my formula. A few pages of a good book every day. Pick 5, 10, 15, whatever. Pick a number that works for you and increase it over time. 5 pages of a good book every day. Pick up a book, put it, there's a place you go probably every morning or every night, whatever. Put it there, go there. Don't leave that place until you've read your 5, 10, 15 pages. Read every day, okay? 15 minutes of a good audio, 20 minutes of a good audio. What's it take? In the morning, wake up a little extra earlier, read your book, listen to your audio, program the brain for goodness, okay? Keep that good stuff going into the brain to help you. Guys, we're so distracted with all the craziness of the world, all this propaganda, getting us to fight amongst each other. Okay, listen, the only fight is between those that have ultimate power and those that don't. People want to make it a racial thing. They want to make it a religious thing. They want to make it all these things. There's all these people fighting for your energy. Listen, okay, the only way we're going to make lasting impact is to get out of the slavery mentality, okay, to break free, to become financially independent, to become a self-producer, not dependent on another man or a woman, and start to be able to think with our minds. We can affect change when we come together, okay? But it starts with us. We've got to learn. We've got to educate ourselves. We can't do it for you. No one can do it for me, and no one can do it for you, except for yourself. So study, practice. Study, practice. And then one day you'll be able to teach. Study, practice, teach. Study, practice, teach. Your life will change. That's our daily method of operation. Every day we're a part of our product, okay? We're demoing. We're doing 2 a day. 2 new people we're talking to every day. We're connecting with our community, and we're committing to personal development. Now, as we wrap up, let me share with you the simple math. Okay, this is what blew my mind and helped me become a millionaire. Okay, because I'm not better than any one of you out there. I am not. Some of you have hung out with me, okay? I'm crazy. I'm just a goofball. I do the best I can. I love people. okay? And I just don't want to be broke, okay? And I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to do what it takes. And when I learned the mathematics, I'm like, okay, it's math. It's just math. It's all it is, okay? Now, it's a numbers game, but people aren't numbers. It's a numbers game, but people aren't numbers. What does that mean? That's why I had the philosophies in the beginning. Friends first, okay? Believe in everyone, count on no one. You know what? But at the end of the day, I know what I've got to do. I've got to go and talk to enough people. I've got to do the work. Network marketing. I'm working through the network. So in 1 week of just doing 2 demos a day, just 5 days a week, you're getting in front of 2 people a day, just sharing your opportunity. Okay, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. Okay, that's an hour a day, isn't it? Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can. Add drive time, add commute. Let's call that. Let's put 2 hours into that with prep time, 3 hours a day. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, not a big deal. 15 hours a week. Okay, and you've talked to 10 people. Now, after 10 weeks, you've done 100 demonstrations. You've talked to 100 people. Now, you say, Josh, at this point, okay, I don't know 100 people. I would say you're wrong, and you do, but let's go ahead and agree for just the sake of the example. Maybe you don't. You know at least 10 people. All 10 of them know at least 10 people you don't know. That's 110 total. Okay, some less, some more. That's the truth. That's how I get to that number. Every person I talk to, when I'm getting referrals, I'm finding out who they know, and I'm going to go talk to those people. Okay, that's why getting referrals is so vital. Okay, again, that's where I'm getting those people. If I'm sitting in front of you, you don't want to do it, that's okay. I'm not trying to push you. I'm not trying to sell you. Why? Because I don't want to turn you off. What I really want, whether you sign up or don't sign up, is to get to know who you know. Okay, that's the only deal. Again, whether you enroll or don't enroll, my job is to talk to the next person that you know. I'm not going to depend on you to do it if you enroll. I'm certainly not going to depend on you to do it if you don't enroll. I'm going to do it. That's your job. We're networkers. That's what we get paid for. We're the advertisers. We got to get this information in front of the minds of men and women. That's all. Whether they buy or not is irrelevant. Going through the mathematics, they will. 1 out of 10 people are going to get started. It's just the way it is. It's a ratio. It will appear. Okay, maybe not the first 10, but if you keep doing this, you'll start to get the ratio, and over a period of time, 1 out of 10 will enroll. You would talk to 100 people, you're going to have 10 agents. Minimum, okay, minimum, you'll have 10. I would think you'll have a lot more, okay, but 10, okay, let's just drop it down, 10%, get started. As you see, if you're looking at the sheet there, it's a simple math sheet that is, again, on the downloadable link. For those of you who joined us later, there's a link you can download with all the visuals here. 10 agents enrolled. One of them is probably going to really go do something. But for the sake of this math, let's say all 10 that enrolled do what you do. Okay? No one's a rock star. No one hits the cover off the ball. All of them only do 2 a day like you for the next 10 weeks. For the next 10 weeks, if you're not counting the ones you're doing, because you should still be doing it too, just the 10 new people enrolled, that's 100 new demonstrations, or 1,000 new demonstrations by those 10 people who only did 2 a day, 5 days a week, isn't it? 10 weeks, each of them doing two a day, 5 days a week, is 1,000 human beings now saw it. Now, you probably were involved in that. You were doing it. You were with them through a lot of them. Out of that 100, decided to get started at just 10%. And we just replicate that. We move that down. You see down at 50 weeks, you've got 100,000 enrolled agents. Okay, 10,000 workers, 1,000 diamonds. Your income's off the charts here. Even if at a 1%, even if we go not 10, but 1%, if you look at 50 weeks, you still have 1,000 people enrolled in the deal. Okay, look, this is mathematics. The reason I'm making the money I'm making, I'm over $100,000 per month every month, is not because I'm special, because I am not. I get this. I get this mathematics, and I was willing to do it for the first 2 years. My goal was 10 a day. My average was 4 a day. And a lot of you knew me and saw me do it. 4 a day. I was getting in front of 4 people a day, whether it was by the phone or I was in front of them. I was talking to 4 human beings a day on average. My goal was 10, but I was talking to 4. Okay. And that's how this thing explodes. I didn't care whether they signed up. I didn't care whether they did it or didn't do it. It didn't matter to me. I needed to tell the story. I was passionate. I was enthusiastic. I was excited. And I went out there and I shared it. And you know what? So many people told me no. So many people told me I was crazy. Most people, most everybody said, Josh, you're a nutcase. This will never work. Okay. And it was broken in the beginning. I had all sorts of challenges. Man, I don't want to go into all of it. You know, the company I'm working with right now, I mean, they have a website working. They had all sorts of challenges. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it is. Guys, when you believe in something, go share it with enthusiasm, with excitement, with energy. And go do it with full faith that you're going to get to where you want to go. Your present circumstances should not dictate your future. Don't let them. Get them out of your mind. Get them out of your way and focus on the future. Focus on where you're going. Focus on your family. Okay? And that's why you're doing this work. That's why you're making it happen. Lastly, take massive action. Just that's the name of this game, my friends. Massive action, and you will win. Okay, this is the formula. There's nothing more to it. You'll learn all the other little intricacies along the way. You know, there's all sorts of little things you can learn to help improve your game. You'll learn that along the way. But if you follow that formula and you are consistent with it, I assure you success. There's no way to fail unless you quit. That's why I say never quit. Never quit. Be consistent. Be proud of what you're doing. Be proud of the company you're a part of. Be proud of your community. You know, and go out there and make it happen. Go out there and work it like you've never worked anything in your life in the time that you have available that you've allocated to your business. And I look forward to seeing you, your success. I look forward to watching you on a webinar like this, explain the same type of thing. I'll be excited about watching the video of you going from where you are to where you want to be, and then turning around and helping other people do the same. Anyway, with that, it's been my privilege and honor to share this information with you. Again, hit me up on Facebook. You know, private message me if you like. Again, it may take me a while. There's a lot of inbound right now. So again, bear with me, but I do look forward to working with you. I do look forward to helping you achieve success. Thanks so much for tuning in, and God bless. Bye-bye.